from New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, Dr. Drew has seen celebrities at their best and worst. Now he's joining Wendy to give his take on the latest celebrity news. Plus, time to deck the halls. David Tutera's got you covered with his hot holiday decorating tips. And all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Madonna might be reuniting with her ex. I like it. Plus, you don't believe who they want to have joining Dancing with the Stars. And the basketball wife, Evelyn Lozado, is pregnant by a mystery man. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. It's tradition in our house, and even growing up as a little girl, that, you know, on Thanksgiving night, you put up the Christmas decorations. That's what you do before everybody goes back to work and school on Monday. So we were busy here in the studio. I want to thank Michael Lee and also his assistant, Chris, for doing this. This is terrific. Our art department. Classy. It's really, really classy, because, you know, this is the time of year when we Christians just really are gaudy. I mean, really. And I begrudgingly put up that thing called a Christmas tree, only because, and even my son, he was like, Mommy, I'm 13, we don't need a tree. I was like, you will thank me on the 23rd of December and then moving forth. And it's only 3 pieces. You go to the basement and get it. Let me plug it in, and we're good to go. But this is spectacular. These decorations are from Christmas Lights, etc. They are the largest online retailer for Christmas trees, lights, and decorations. And studio audience, to get you in the holiday mood, you're all going home with a $50 gift card for Christmas lights, etc. Terrific. I have to tell you, you know, and shout out to all of our Jewish watchers. Look, it was yesterday that I realized that you can be as tacky as us Christians. I drove past a house with the big, gigantic, blow-up blue and white bear with a dreidel in his arms. One of those bears that has to be, like, blown up with a machine and tethered down. I was like, well, this is definitely as tacky as the Christmas tree. But happy holidays, everybody. I hope you had a nice weekend. So now look. I never got a chance to congratulate Amber Riley for winning Dancing with the Stars. Yeah. As you know, I predicted that Amber would win because not only is she was a good dancer, so she definitely earned it, but they also never gave a fluffy black girl a Dancing with the Star. Or a fluffy girl, period. No, look. This was the 17th season of Dancing with the Stars, and to our recollection, me and my whole team, a fluffy girl never won. So, therefore, they got a double minority. They got a fluffy girl, they got a black girl. She looks like she is in her glory in that picture. Congratulations to you, Amber. Yeah. So, there's already buzz about next season's Dancing with the Star cast. Producers reportedly want all Oscar winners to be on Dancing with the Stars. I was like, really? Nobody, I mean, Dancing with the Stars is something that you do either on the zhuzh up or the zhuzh down. If you have an Oscar, Why would you be going on Dancing with the Stars? It is torture. The amount of time that you spend away from your loved ones and the practicing and, you know, yelling and screaming and just being aggravated with yourself. Reportedly, they want Renee Zellweger to join the cast. She's not the spirit of the show. First of all, Renee is 44 years old. I don't know what she's acting in now, but she still is relevant. Why would she go on Dancing with the Stars and have to torture? Renee, is that you? I think Zellweger has gotten Zellwegered. She doesn't look like Renee Zellweger, right? The squinty eyes and the puss. But that's her. She takes herself too seriously. She's not gonna do Dancing with the Stars. But you know what? So I started thinking about what Oscar winners would possibly do Dancing with the Stars. Because, you know, my knee-jerk reaction is none of them. Then I thought about Cher. Cher, right? And, listen. And I thought about Monique Precious. Right? Right? And then I thought about Kim Basinger, of Kim Basinger fame. She might take herself too seriously, though. I like the hair over the eye. It means she's not playing. But okay, now these are Oscar winners, possibly for Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars, you can take my suggestions if you'd like, because at first, like I said, I thought that this was a harebrained scheme. No Oscar winners are gonna do Dancing with the Stars. Then I thought about Juicy J from the 3-6 Mafia. Okay? Juicy got an Oscar for scoring that movie, Hustle and Flow. And so I think Juicy J would do Dancing with the Stars. I also think Lionel Richie, while he doesn't need the money, Lionel Richie would do Dancing with the Stars, and he's an Oscar winner. So no word on who, you know, whether they're actually gonna go through with this Oscar thing, but there, I composed a pretty decent list, I think. And I think that these people, except for maybe Zellweger, would all pick up the phone and come. Now, look, the new season of Dancing with the Stars begins in March, and still no word as to what they're gonna be doing at the judges' table. But I gotta tell you, that'll be season number 18. As we all know, Maxim failed all of us. I wanted him to be like Simon Cowell at the judges' table, but he failed us. No word on whether Len is really going anywhere or what, but we'll be watching in March, Dancing with the Stars. So, you know how there are couples, whether it's in your personal life or in celebrity world, that you were just rooting for their love and you just hope that if they're not together anymore, that they get back together quickly. Like for me, it's definitely Madonna and Sean Penn. I like them together, I like them. I mean, yeah, he's a hothead, but you know, but she seems like she can deal with that, you know? And do you remember in that movie, Truth or Dare? One of my favorites. And they said, truth or dare? She said, truth. And then they asked her, who is the love of your life? And she said, Sean. So anyway, insiders say that Madonna and Sean enjoyed a lovely reunion on a charity trip to Haiti. And what you have to understand is that Thanksgiving, from all I've read, is like one of Madonna's favorite holidays. So she would not just go anywhere with just anybody, you know, for Thanksgiving. And she introduced Sean to her 13-year-old son, Rocco. Rocco was right there. Rocco is 13 years old. And there they are in Haiti. What do you think about that? I like it. No word on whether Madonna is still with the cute man from Brazil, Brahim. No word on whether they're still together, but it doesn't look like he has much of a say-so anyway. I mean, what man is going to let his woman run off with the ex-husband on one of her favorite holidays, you know, to do charity work? You know? I guess Brahim is either they're not together or he realizes his place, which is over there until I call for you. But I like them together. I do. So this thing about the basketball wife, Evelyn Lozado, she's 37 years old and she's having a baby. Congratulations, Evelyn. You know, I always thought that she was older than 37. For some reason, I thought that Evelyn was like in her early 40s, maybe 42 or something like that. Maybe that's because we've known her for a while. You remember when we first met her? She was a successful shoe czar. She had that shoe store, and then she messed that up. And then got with Chad Ochocinco, and he messed that up. Well, anyway, so she's 6 months pregnant. And no word on who the baby's father is. Well, this is where it gets sketchy. Look, maybe she knows who the baby's father is and doesn't want to share it with us. Maybe she's tired of sharing so much of her life and, you know, the messiness on TV. You know, so I know it's too late, but I saw her on Ayanla Fix Her Life, and she did a lot of crying, and she seems to have really, look, people can change. Exhibit A. Listen, a rep for Evelyn has told our Hot Topics team that the father is someone she's been dating for almost a year. But the streets are talking too. And the streets are saying that the father could be a baseball player by the name of Carl Crawford. Look, I did all my research. He's worth $142 million. He's 32 years old. She really does know how to root out a rich man. I mean, except for that Ocho Cinco slide. But wow, so she's got a 20-something-year-old daughter who we met, Shanice, who we met when she was on Basketball Wives. I thought Shanice was a really lovely girl. As a matter of fact, a lot of times I was looking at Evelyn like she's crazy for acting that way and putting out this kind of behavior when her daughter's trying her best to live on the straight and narrow. So she's got she had Shanice when she was 17 years old, and now she's got another chance at love and happiness with a very rich man. Look. I'll continue my investigation though, because you know it's only been about a year or so that she hasn't been with Chad Ochocinco, right? They haven't been, yeah. So she moves along quickly. Keeps us entertained. Congratulations, Evelyn. Jackpot. So, Charlie Sheen, everybody, has been burnt by his angels. You know, that's what he calls the girls who, you know, he hangs out with and parties with and stuff. Just another day at Charlie's house. Charlie is alleging that 2 of his girlfriends got their hands on his American Express card and ran up the bill. Duh! I mean, that's what angels do, isn't it? I mean, every woman has a station in life, and not every woman has the station in life to command the White House or you know, be chief of cardiology at Cedars-Sinai. There are some women whose station in life is to be ratchet. Okay? How you doing? And for those of you watching, you know who you are. I'm not judging. I'm simply giving a title to your mess. Charlie, when you lay down with dogs, sometimes you get the fleas. Now, listen, the angels, I'm sure they're perfectly nice women, but when women are at your house specifically to party and, you know, be your entertainment, what do you think they're going to be doing? As a matter of fact, he's got a very, you know, he collects watches, Charlie. He's got a vast collection of watches. They've probably in the past taken watches. There are probably things missing from the house that, Charlie, you still have no idea. The thing is, Charlie, is that you gotta learn from your mistakes and change your ways and not hang out with ratchetness. But no! Why? Charlie was just spotted making out with a 24-year-old porn star actress over the weekend. There she is from the side, and there she is from the front. Charlie will never learn. But you know when people really do learn, though? This might have happened with you. I know it kind of happened with me when I became a mother. You know what I mean? Became a mother and then realized, oh my gosh, there's certain things that I used to do I can't really do anymore. It was fun while it lasted, but gotta move on. And his kids, he's got 4 kids. And so the kids are all like under 5 years old right now. Somewhere around 9 or 10 years old, the kids are really going to be able to call you out and take note to who you keep company with, Charlie. I wish you well. And hi, new girlfriend. A mess. So, you guys heard about Sam Champion? He's leaving Good Morning America to become the face of the Weather Channel. I mean, if you're not going to believe in yourself, who else are you going to believe in? You know, that's the motto that I live by. So he believes in himself. Good Morning America is the certified #1 morning show out of the big 3 nationwide. It's #1, and he's a part of that team. And he's been with Good Morning America now for about 5 years. But here in New York, he was also our local weatherman on ABC TV. So, you know, here in New York, we've known Sam a whole lot longer than this 5 years. What could be better than being the weatherman on the #1 national morning show? You know, there's nothing better than that. And then some of my producers were saying, well, yes, going to the Weather Channel is probably what you aspire to do as a weather person. I'm like, really, girl? Really? I mean, I get it. Sam is happy. He's got his Brazilian boyfriend. Husband, they got married. You know, he's got that great buff body, which we saw while they were on their honeymoon in the bathing suit. There it is. But he's still so young to be leaving. And what if it doesn't work out at the Weather Channel? I mean, he's supposed to be some sort of bigwig there with a big title, and then he's going to host the morning show there. But everybody's watching Good Morning America. So what are we gonna do to get people over there? Well, I don't know, but Sam, I wish you well. I know you know what you're doing. In the meantime, congratulations to Ginger Z. She's the new weather girl. I know. She's a white girl. I asked, was she, part black or part swirly or something like that? She's a very beautiful girl. You know who she looks like to me? She looks like Olivia Wilde and Vanessa Williams. 2 beautiful women, right? Anyway, so here's your new weather girl over there at Good Morning America. Ginger is in her early 30s, and she used to do weather in Chicago or something like that. So this was all of a sudden. I mean, we just found out about Sam yesterday, right? Yes, right? Weren't you shocked? Weren't you gagging? Me too. But good luck, Sam, and congratulations, Ginger. Well, the Spice Girls may be at war. From all accounts, they are at war. Okay, Mel B. Spice reportedly went off on Victoria Beckham when they reunited at the London Olympics because Victoria refused to give the girls her contact information. My past is littered with people I was in radio with. Not one of them have my telephone number and vice versa. I'm sorry that you read the writing wrong on the wall. We were put together as a group. Yes, that was a time in our lives and we had a great time. But I'm married to David Beckham now and I'm a clothing czar and I don't care about... Listen. I'm sorry. She's got all those kids, Brooklyn and Cruz and little Harper and stuff. She's managing this marriage with Beckham. She doesn't just have clothes, like, a little something. Her clothes are thousands. Like, she is a clothing czar selling up at the Neiman Marcus. She does not want to tour with the Spice. I mean, this is me getting in her head, right? I understand that the 20th anniversary of the Spice Girls is coming up, and I remember all the fun we used to have when we were on the road. But I am no longer a girl, I'm a woman, and I'm a clothing czar. I got this, this massive life to take care of, and I'm not going on the 20th anniversary tour with you girls. Yeah, I'm sure you can make it without me. Are the Spice Girls still the Spice Girls if one of them's missing? Because I was thinking the same thing about TLC over the weekend. VH1 played the movie again, and I was watching. I was like, why don't if they just anoint Little Mama and just make her part of the group, you know? They aren't TLC without that third member, and because we're already used to her, just make her part of the group. And Spice Girls, there is no reunion. There's no reunion without that other Spice, Victoria. And I don't know why Mel B. Spice is upset. She's got a good job at America's Got Talent. Not like those other three. I don't know what they do. Jerry Halliwell and... I'm not making fun of people. I'm simply calling it the way I see it. You know what Mel B does, and you know what Victoria does. You don't know what the other three do, right? That's all. Let's move along to another group, the Jonas Brothers. Well, here's the thing. When I woke up this morning, this story was being teased on major news channels, so I'm like, ooh, what is it? So Joe Jonas is revealing the truth behind his squeaky clean image, and that is that he wasn't so squeaky or clean. He's 24 years old, and he says that, of course, you know, they are from the Disney kid camp. So he says that because of being a Disney kid, it made him rebel. He admits that he used to hook up with fans. I mean, he's really not saying anything that's shocking, do you know what I mean? He admits that he used to hook up with fans and that he lost his virginity when he was 20. Okay. Look. I had the same grumbling in our producers meeting this morning. Because I was like, 20? Late. I'm just saying. He also says that he smoked weed for the first time when he was 17 or 18. And I was saying late too. and he said the first time he smoked it with Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato. Why do you have to throw them under the bus? Joe Jonas. Well, I'll tell you, I guess it's not a big deal since we know that Miley smokes a little something, okay? And Demi Lovato has been sober as a judge for a few years now, and she's very, very vocal about her sobriety. But why did you have to throw them under the bus along with... Do you remember when the Brojos used to wear those purity rings? Whose idea was that? The second you see a purity ring, you should just know something's going on. And the youngest Jonas brother, now, can I see that more recent picture that we were drooling over this morning? Look at that youngest one. Ooh, he's the one in the middle, right here. Oh, how old is he? 18?
21.
21. It's good. Anyway, hi, Brojos. All right, everybody, keep clapping because we've got a terrific show for you. David Tutera is here, and David's gonna show us how to decorate the perfect holiday table. But up next, my friend, one of the smartest people I know, Dr. Drew Pinsky is here, and he's gonna join us with his opinion on some of our favorite celebrities, so don't go far. Our first guest is one of the smartest people that I know. I really admire him a lot. You know, you can see he discusses all of the latest current events on his hit HLN show, Dr. Drew On Call. Take a look.
It's not what we're talking about right now. Right now, we're talking about you and your alcohol problem and the effect it's having on the mayoral office. So shut up, let's get to this. You have to be very firm and very direct, and people are so fearful and walk on eggshells around alcoholics as though magically they're going to escalate. No, they straighten up and they'll answer the questions that you have to ask them. You have to ask them very directly, or they'll continue to obfuscate and deflect.
Please welcome Dr. Drew Pinsky.
So good to see you.
Yeah.
I came casually today.
Thank
no more
you.
coat and tie.
Thank you. Yeah, you look terrific. So, I'm flipping around on the channels, you know, recently, and I see you on Dr. Oz sharing with the world that you were battling prostate cancer.
Yeah.
I was shocked. First of all, happy holidays. You have a lot to be thankful for.
Thank you. Yes, I do.
Yes.
I do indeed. Thank you.
And you've been battling prostate cancer for the last 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, I was originally diagnosed about 2 years ago, and it's a low-grade tumor. And in men my age with low-grade tumor, there's debate about what to do. A lot of it is about watchful waiting. And so one of the things I wanted to get across to men who ever get this diagnosis, just because it's the C word, don't rush to get it out. It's a big operation. If radiation is one thing they recommend, that has consequences. And if you can wait it out and just, kind of observe it, and then when the time comes to pull the trigger, you do, that's a better way to do it. Now, I didn't tell anybody about it because I thought, well, I want to make sure first my outcome is good before I start talking about it, because I want to be an example of what you can do with this.
So you had the operation?
I had a big operation. Brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
But I went back to work a week later.
One of the things that is a lot of times associated with prostate is sexual underperformance.
Well, tell me about this, Wendy. What is this? What happens when prostate cancer?
But you hear this about men with prostate cancer.
Men freak out that their penis isn't going to work because they have prostate cancer. Reasonably so, because back in the day, this operation was 3 weeks in the hospital. You could look forward to erectile dysfunction. I went home in 1 day, no urinary symptoms, no erectile symptoms, nothing, zero. It's fantastic.
Well, and good for Mrs. Pinsky.
Very good for Mrs. Pinsky, who was maybe a little more freaked out than I was, I found out. She wasn't telling me at the time.
Are you cancer-free now?
As far as I know. I mean, you really can. There's my wife.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful wife.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. And they have triplets, too.
We have
the kids
triplets.
are still in college,
They
yes?
just turned 21 a couple weeks ago.
Look at
Imagine
them.
that. There they are. Oh, there's everybody.
Lucky you.
Look, he looks like a Jonas, the one in the end there.
He does look like a Jonas.
Your favorite Jonas,
He
too.
does look, that's the way to do it, though. One pop, you have all your kids at one time, and you get them all out of the house at one time.
Well, it had its advantages and disadvantages. It turned my hair gray in like a year, but after that. But this whole experience was intense, but I feel very grateful for it. And, I know as a physician, I know all the bad things that can happen. As bad things go, I'll take this one. This is fine. And I hope other men out there learn from this. A, get your PSA screening. B, go to a physician you trust and just let them do their job. You let them use their instinct. Don't second guess anything.
Yeah.
Just let them apply what they've seen 10,000 cases like you. Let them figure out what's best for you in your circumstance. When it comes time to pull the trigger for treatment, you pull the trigger.
Okay. Very well.
Now what?
Let's talk hot topics.
All right, good. All right.
All right. Remember the other day I was telling you a story about Lady Gaga saying that she was addicted to marijuana at one point in her life. I don't find marijuana to have addictive properties. What do you say?
I've treated about probably at least over 1,000 cases of marijuana addiction in my career. It is something that it's like alcohol. Not everyone becomes an alcoholic, just the way not everyone becomes a marijuana addict. Most people can use cannabis or alcohol moderately and be just fine. It's not a big deal. But some people, a subset of people, and it's a small subset to be so. It's weird about cannabis. You're not allowed to say anything other than it's the most glorious drug ever. If you talk about it as something realistic about the human relationship with it, people want to attack you. But I'm telling you, I've seen just thousands of cases. And some people really, really, really love it. And when they love it so much, and they're using it, you know what it is. And if you're using it every day, some of you have been there. And you got a whole audience full of stoners. It's good. It's awesome. You pass out brownies before the show to kind of keep them laughing. Anyway, but the point is, those people, when it comes time to stop, they can go for years and years and be fine with it and use a lot of it. But when eventually the effect starts to wear off, they start using more to try to get the high back, and that accelerates symptoms like depression.
So you say people can be addicted to marijuana.
And Lady Gaga's your example. I mean,
would you have thrown Chris Brown out of anger management? Because I was telling that story, and I said Dr. Drew would have never thrown him out of anger management just because he threw a boulder in his mother's car window in the parking lot.
I couldn't say, well, boulder, but I can't say that I specifically would have thrown him out for that. But when you have a patient that is uncooperative, non-participatory, endangering other patients.
But Dr. Drew, if you can't be angry at anger management.
It's not about being angry. You're right. You're absolutely right. And you have to ask yourself as a clinician, are we doing what's right for this person? Have we done our job?
Yeah.
But if they are non-participatory and defiant and endangering other patients, you have to create a safe environment. If somebody is in there running amok and is not interested in doing anything you tell them to do, you can only go so far, and you find another place for them to go. Listen, I've had patients come up to me years later who I've kicked out of treatment and said, thank you for doing that. I wasn't ready to hear what you had to say at the time, but you kicking me out kind of got through to me a little bit. A year later, I remembered it, I got it, and now I'm sober.
So what's your diagnosis for Alec Baldwin?
For Alec Baldwin?
Yes.
I don't know. Isn't it weird how he's behaving in an uncharacteristic way and saying things I know are not in his heart?
Well,
he's using hate language.
Yeah.
He is not a hateful guy.
Yeah.
And so there's something wrong. And if I were to address him, I'd say, Alec, what do you think that is? Don't we need to work on something here? That is not you. That's not representative of who you are.
I mean, I'm sure the paparazzi bother him,
I'm sure
but he also asks for it. He leaves his house a lot. He's always walking.
Well, you know you can avoid it really easy.
Of course, you move to Jersey.
You go to Jersey, go to Pasadena, like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah.
But I understand he's irritated, but that's not the part that's troubling. The troubling is the language, the hate. And that's so, I would ask him, I said, what do you think
Does he need anger management?
I don't know if that's anger management
Or a
or
hug?
what that is. He can't contain his impulses and start saying things that are awful.
Yeah.
I mean, really awful. And I think he thinks they're awful. So what's that all about? You'd have to ask.
I don't know. Dr. Drew's not going anywhere, though. Up next, he's going to say it like he means it about, I want to know about DMX.
Done.
And Miley Cyrus.
You bet.
And more. Keep it here. I'm sitting here with Dr. Drew Pinsky.
I forgot about that.
And I wanted to ask you about Miley Cyrus. Is there a need to be concerned about Miley? She's 21.
She is 21. She's acting in interesting and provocative ways, and I say there is no reason to be concerned about her. I think that she is not. This is not Amanda Bynes or Britney Spears, where literally the parents had to get a conservatorship.
Yeah.
They were deep into mental illness. This is not mental illness. And there's one thing that her acting out, this sort of what we're talking about.
Yes.
Started intensifying when her parents broke up. So you'll wonder if this was some sort of an acting out behavior, but it's not mental illness. It's just Miley, and she's certainly getting secondary gain from all this.
Yes.
She's doing
Definitely
okay.
is. Miley's out there having fun. All right, DMX. DMX was arrested the night before he was supposed to be coming to the Wendy show. The man's been arrested over 30 times. He's got over 10 children.
Those pot brownies again you hand out, right?
But what do you say? What do you say about DMX? Can you help him?
Well, at a certain point, somebody, he's been in jail multiple times.
Yeah.
He's got substance issues. Somebody like him, I'll be honest, only usually turns it around when they have some kind of near-death experience. Something, because he's lost his freedom multiple times. Sometimes that gets through to guys. That doesn't seem to do it.
Yeah.
But when people really face down death because of their behavior, they become willing oftentimes to really make change. It's sad. I hope he survives it. It's a horrible thing that he's dealing with.
He's not helpable.
No, he is helpable. Well, I don't think he's at this stage he would do much, and it's going to be like Chris Brown throwing boulders.
Yeah.
You can only do so much. People that don't want help, unless you could hold him somewhere. Like I've seen situations like that when court mandated treatment. Certain states have incarcerated treatments for like 3 and 5 years that have good outcomes. If he were in that sort of thing, there's a possibility, but many times they blow those off too.
How do you think that Chloe is handling Lamar's alleged addiction?
We don't know what's going on there. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot to be told that we all haven't heard, but unless somebody is actively participating in treatment, that is to say, unless Chloe has a therapist, going to Al-Anon, no matter how she seems to be on the surface handling it, she's not doing a good job. You have to be participating in the treatment of your loved one, or you're part of the problem. Because it's a family illness, it's an interpersonal illness, and if you're not growing with the identified patient, you'll drag them back inadvertently. Every instinct you have, if you have a loved one, a spouse or a child with addiction, every instinct you have is wrong. And so in order to do what you need to do to help them get better, you have to have somebody there with you, because you'll make a bad move.
And I've heard you say before that tough love isn't good.
Well, it's not tough. It's tough love. Tough love, as I understand it, is good, which is not, I've had it with you, get out of here. That's aggression, that's abandoning, as opposed to, listen, I love you, but I cannot be around this anymore. You're dying, and it's breaking my heart. I'm going to make my peace with you. If you decide to get well, I will be here. In the meantime, I'm gone. I love you. Goodbye. That's very different than, I've had enough of you. If I don't, that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Isn't he smart?
Yeah.
This is Dr. Drew Pinsky. His show is called On Call with Dr. Drew, and it airs weeknights at 9 o'clock on HLN. Up next, everybody, we're going to do some holiday decorating with David Tutera. Sheen. And here with some tips on how to create the perfect holiday table is entertaining expert David Tutera. Yay! I like your show.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So before we
Yes.
get started, happy holidays.
And same to you.
And we did talk about your divorce on Hot Topics.
I saw.
Respectfully.
I heard and saw.
How are the holidays treating you?
You know, the divorce is over. The holidays are going to be exciting because, you know, my new life's begun. I've got a little baby girl, and I'm
Yes.
going to be able to enjoy Christmas
Yes,
with her.
very nice.
Yes.
So now, what are some yeah, she's adorable. She was just up on the media wall.
you.
What are some tips for decorating for the holiday
Oh,
season?
God, drink a lot.
And add a lot of sparkle,
Yeah,
I see.
spark, well, either way, or both at the same time. But to be organized, I mean, the deal is to be a guest at your own party. So, you know, let's start out with place cards, because to me, people need to know where they're seated, for good or for bad, by the way.
Right.
They need to know where they're going. So what I want you to do,
Oh,
let's
I
see,
see.
that's Rosemary. So you're gonna basically take a white card, the name is on it.
Right.
And I'm just gonna slice 2 little spots right here. And that's gonna allow you to then weave in.
The rosemary.
There you go, the rosemary.
This is cute
What this
and
does
cheap.
is it adds some fragrance, and it's inexpensive.
Yes.
But it tells you to tell them where they should be seated, or not.
Yes, right. And I love this arrangement right here. I see that you have
Sparkle.
some sparkle and,
Yes.
and whatnot. All right, let's talk about that
Can
sparkle.
I get you involved a little bit?
Sure, I'm a crafter.
Okay, so right here, I'm gonna have you craft. It's already got the glue along the outside, and what you do basically is you brush the glue along the bottom of the glass vase, but take any color glitter,
Okay.
and the glitter is gonna give you that sparkle. And then once it dries, I mean, talk about inexpensive and awesome, and get the kids involved. I mean, how simple is that?
And then what do you
Put
do?
the
You
glitter
just-
right on there, either silver, gold, or bronze, or all 3.
Yeah.
And then you fill it up.
Go ahead.
Across the side.
Well, you said put the glue at the bottom.
Oh, well, the bottom and the bottom and the front.
You saw what I was doing. All right, but no, this is a really great
And
idea.
then look at this. When it's dry,
That's the finished product.
simple flowers. Simple flowers.
This is also something good to make, like if you happen to be a Girl Scout leader and you're looking for projects for your kids.
Exactly.
Or kids at home. All right, let's talk about
Kid
this.
friendly. This isn't as kid friendly, but we're going to be using adhesive spray glue. What we're going to do basically is spray the backs of the leaves. So you can use a fern, the back of the fern.
Nice and firm.
What you're going to be doing is, this is a tree fern, really cheap to use. We're creating Christmas tree containers, which are used to hold candles on the outside.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't give her the exact directions.
I know, help me.
But this goes along the outside just like this. You can use sword fern, dagger fern, this is tree fern, anything with a flat surface along the back. When it's dry, Wendy, check this out. I mean, this is the candle.
This is really, really a creative thing. Very creative.
I mean, again, it's always for me, you want to be creative, but you want to have time to spend with your family and friends and
Right.
not feel like you're crazy, you're running around trying to do too much.
Yeah, and you also don't want to spend a whole lot of money. If you can go outside
That's
and
right.
grab a bush and stick it to something. If it's cheap, it's for me.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, what is all going on over here?
You like favors when you go to a party?
Yes.
I love favors when I go to a party. I love giving favors when I have a party.
Yes.
So all this is about taking, it's just a roll, a blank roll from the toilet paper,
Okay.
obviously, or towels, and you're gonna take a 12 by 6, about gift wrapping paper, let's say you have leftover from last season.
Right.
These are cracker snaps. You can get them online. Remember that word,
What are
cracker snaps. You pull them at the end, and you're able to pop open the favor, but you're taking the 12 by 6 gift wrapping, you're rolling it like this. You can use tape right there.
Oh, that's right.
Awesome. You're gonna roll it up like that. We'll wind up looking like this. You're gonna close off the bottom with some extra ribbon to add some playful color to it.
I love this.
Then you fill it up with confetti, candy,
a
a gift.
nail polish or lipstick or, you know,
Or wait a
depending-
minute, this is my favorite to you.
Depending on, oh,
Yeah, then
thanks.
just pull, no, you gotta pull the cracker snap. Oh, wait, where's your favor? Where's your favor go?
The candy.
No, you've got something in it, where'd it go?
Oh, no.
Is it
Oh,
in
here it is. It's jewelry.
Jewelry.
Yay. Thank you,
A
David.
little sparkle from me to you from my line.
Thank you. So this is your
You're
line.
embellished.
Beautiful. For more information on all this stuff, go to wendyshow.com. Clap it up for David Tutera, everybody. Up next, it's time for Ask Wendy. Keep it here. welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
Hey, Wendy. My name is Ashley. How you doing?
Hi, Ashley.
All right. I recently got married. I love, love, love being married. I love my husband. He really wants me to change his last name to his last name. I really don't want to do it. Is it really a big deal? Like, do you think I should change it? Is it like a necessary thing?
Shouldn't this have been a conversation that you had prior to getting married?
Probably.
I mean, like, this is one of those things along with how many children do we think that we might want and where geographically might we live and should I change my last name? You don't have kids yet, do you?
No.
Yeah. I am Hunter in real life, but I had a career already going and, you know, in the media where people knew me as Wendy Williams, which is my maiden name. But I wouldn't trade being a Hunter for the world. It kind of keeps us all matching.
Aww.
Like when I go to his school and, you know, Mrs. Hunter and
Yeah.
his friends call me Mrs. Hunter and it's the Hunter, party of three, the Hunters.
Yeah.
But with that said, you know, these aren't the dark ages, and you apparently already had an identity
Yeah.
in career.
Yeah, I'm a writer.
Well, see, this is very important. Does he have an ugly last name? Come on, we can talk about it.
I don't like it. It's Jones.
Williams
I
and
don't like
Jones,
it.
Wilson, they're all funky. I was
Exactly.
so glad.
See?
Yes, no.
You understand?
Yes, I do. Williams all my life. What's your last name?
Taylor.
And what's your first name?
Ashley.
Ashley Taylor.
See, it works.
The author. Do what you want, but there's nothing wrong with keeping your own last name
Thank you.
because your career is already established as a writer.
Thank you.
Up next, everybody, we're going to reveal our audience eye candy of the day. Don't go away. I'm standing with Dr. Kyla Taylor, a pediatrician out of Chicago, and she's our audience eye candy of the day. Here's your diva fan. So, doctor, tell us about your scrubs.
So, Wendy, my blazer is from Akira, $60.
Cute.
My pants and my shirt, Forever 21, $20 each. And my shoes, DSW, $40, Wendy.
And I love the patch detail on the elbow, doctor. Thank you for coming here. We'll be right back, everybody. Don't go far. Thank you, doctor. It's been fun, but I gotta run. Tomorrow, the one and only Susan Boyle is here to perform, and lots of juicy hot topics. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye!